You can't possibly understand how difficult it is to come back home after a breakup with your husband. I have just re-entered my home, the temple as you call it. I was requested by my family to return following that storm in my life. Did you say it isn't life? How can God and Goddess have a life, you ask? Well, for you perhaps, gods are immortal, omnipresent, and never to face dissolution. Maybe you think our existence goes beyond concepts of life and death. How could I be a live character, you might wonder. But yes, I have been living a life just like you humans and continue to do so because you have made us all the members of the holy pantheon, a light from heaven, and take positions in the human form on earth. Even after making us live like human beings in the grand temple of Puri, you still hold the belief that we are divine. It's strange how sometimes you treat us just like your next door neighbors. Take the case of my husband. You give him nicknames of your own choice, as if he is your best pal. Joga, Kaliya, Manua, Hattiya, while at the same time also holding him in great reverence. No doubt, you are also overwhelmed by his grandeur, and then he becomes your esteemed Jagannath, the Lord of the universe, and Param Brahma, the ultimate being of the world. It's a mystery, the way you treat us, sometimes raising us to the height of godliness, and then the next moment dropping us back on earth. We hover in between, in the hands of you humans, from Jagannath to Joga, from Mahalakshmi to Ma. It's no surprise then that since we have taken a life in your eyes and perhaps also in your imagination, we also undergo the same trials and tribulations that you face. As you might probably sense from my tone, I am utterly exhausted right now. After all that has happened between the two of us, me and my husband Jagannath, after the shattering ordeal that we had to undergo over the past several days, we have just returned home together. Not just us two, but all three of us. Me, Jagannath, and his elder brother Balabhadra. After the great denouncement at the makeshift palace constructed overnight at that fateful seashore, the three of us returned to the grand temple of Puri. When I had stepped out of the temple a few days back, I had left on my own, alone. Now I have come back accompanied by the two, Jagannath and his most revered elder brother. Is it my victory? Should I even think of it in terms of victory and loss? I shall not spell it out. Let me save them from the embarrassment. I have retired to my small abode at the corner of a temple compound, and Jagannath and Balabhadra have gone to the grand ones in the center where they live. Why should I live separately in a distinct sanctum? Why can't I be in the same space where the other members of my family are? Even Subhadra, Jagannath's little sister, stays there. Why not me? Well, I wish I could answer that. I have only just come back to the temple after a gap. The classic reunion had taken place at the seashore where Jagannath and Balabhadra had gone desperately looking for food and ended up finding, apart from food, something much more precious, me. Yes, they found me and brought me back home to the grand temple where I rightfully belong.